Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Taurus, is number 64 and it says the last laugh and the future. So if you look at the image, there is a person that is obviously laughing. And then there is an axe that has fallen down. And if you see, the axe was actually trying to cut through that metal bar, which is right behind this person's lips. In the lips of the person, there is a hole which that axe has been trying to carve into. And then it has fallen down. The axe has fallen down. So the last laugh, the future, number 64, so 6, 4, and 10 are coming through important with this energy. This is like the struggle. If you see, the axe has fallen down. This person has been struggling hard to carve into that metal bar using that axe. So it is a struggle. This person has struggled to a lot. And the falling of the axe is symbolic of dropping the burdens. So I feel that the universe has seen your struggle, Taurus. And now there is a promise for the future. So I feel that you are dropping the burdens. The universe is backing that. And you're moving forward confidently. But the energy of this card is about moving forward with happiness, with joy, doing things that bring you that happiness, that soulfulness, purposefulness. You probably have, a direction, a vision, a dream, a goal that you want to accomplish. And whatever, maybe you've been prepping for something, maybe you've been doing the work behind the scenes, maybe you have been studying, researching, and nothing's come of it. You've been at it for a long time. But I feel that all those setbacks were to teach you something, to shape you, or to shape your career or your personal life or your project or your business. So this is a turning point for a lot of you here. You have the vision, you have the direction, the clarity, the knowledge, information, and now you are moving in a direction which works for you, which suits you, which brings you pleasure. So work is no longer, you're not taking it as a stress, you're at a point where you don't want to be stressed out about the work. You want to enjoy the work. So, and also this is about optimism, where you move forward with hope that things are going to get better. Not moving forward with frustration or with fear of failure. And this is a timing card. This is one of the 3 timing cards in the deck of the future. So I feel that the universe, your angels are clearing the slate for you. Just trust the process. Keep going forward. And every effort that you have put in the past, I feel that you are ready to, you're putting that behind those struggles as part of a training that you went through. So all of the struggles, everything we learn teaches us something. It's part of our training process. So if we look at it with that mindset that we have been training for things and now we're ready to move forward with full speed, applying all those lessons and every data that we collected, every knowledge that we accrued, we're going to apply that and we're going to move forward with hope that things are going to work out this time. Now, for some of you, this could be that, since the laughter is here, some of you could be watching comedy shows, or some of you could be taking to you, comedy careers. Like you might be writing a comedy, or you might be creating comic, media, or maybe print media, maybe social media, maybe actual media, where you're creating humorous shows, humorous write-ups. It could be you're taking to stand-up, or you're creating funny movies and things like that. And that's what comedy is all about, right? Comedy is nothing but, glorious stories of human imperfection, things that we want to say, but we don't want it to be heavy. We want it to be light. We want to take it with a grain of salt. We want it to be funny. We want to put a spin on it. and still convey the meaning of it. That's what most of the comedy is about. So I do feel that you are taking a positive take, you're putting a positive spin on the past struggles, and you are either you're creating a movie out of it or write up out of it where you are expressing it as a strength, something that made you stronger. So you're emphasizing on the positive aspect of all past failures, like it made you stronger, it taught you so much. It's a story of resilience rather than, oh, this failed, that failed, and sulking about it. You're putting a positive spin on all of your past struggles that people who are struggling still or who are still struggling can actually feel lighter about their struggles and know that I'm not to give hope or not to give up on hope. So for some of you, this could be changing up careers that feel more lighter or lighthearted, and careers and projects that you enjoy. You could be taking to that by leaving old projects or companies or starting something on the side instead of leaving, something that brings you pleasure as well afterward. So you're probably engaging in projects like that. Or this could be that the last laugh also applies to relationships where, maybe you've been entangled or you have had differences with people in companies or in your community or something like that where there were differences. And now you're looking back and reflecting and you're like, what was all that about, And then you've outgrown that. So it's like now you can look back and you can like shrug it off with a lighthearted feeling that, this was meant to be because of this. So understand why we go through things, because now we get the clarity. They say hindsight is 60-60, or what is this? Hindsight is 6x6, sorry. Hindsight is 6x6 is what they say, which means that when you look back at the past, we know the real reason why things happen. So putting things into newer perspective. It's a rebuilding energy. Some of you could be rebuilding things that you have created in the past. This could be rebuilding, when some natural disaster or some unfortunate thing happened in a community or in a city and they're rebuilding it, they come out stronger. And at the same time, a lot of organizations, humanitarian support is rushed over there to heal people, to support them in the best possible way. Everyone comes together, whether you know them or not. For the most part, it's unknown people. So the setbacks that we encountered, to repackage it or reframe it as, as a story of inspiration to other people so that they get uplifted. They don't feel so down and low when they're going through their struggles. So this is the time where you're letting go of all the past struggles, of all the challenges that you have survived, Taurus. Not only you survived them, but you transcended those setbacks and obstacles and challenges. And now you're ready for the next chapter that's evolving, and that will be that's evolving, and that will be more vibrant, that will be more joyful, that and you will enjoy putting in the work and pursuing those careers and those projects. The next card you have, Taurus, is this. Oh, the Aries energy. This is so wonderful. So your neighboring house energy is blending with your energy, Taurus. The card is number 1. It says new beginning, sun in Aries energy, and it says leap of faith. Sun in Aries is known as sun is our soul. This is known as the soul's sunrise. The sun in Aries energy is known as the soul sunrise because your past karma or karmic cycles are now coming to a close, Taurus. And now your spirit is on a new mission. So all of the past karmic cycles are now closing out and you're starting afresh. There are dolphins out here, so playful energy. And look, the golden light of the sun. It's shining so bright. So these are new beginnings for you. And I feel that you have this new found energy, the courage. You're taking, you're bold enough to take the first steps, even when the path forward is not clear. Aries represents the ram and Taurus, you represent the bull. So this is powerful energies blending together of strength, of being assertive with your values, of pushing the envelope, breaking through barriers, whether it's physical barriers or financial constraints or your own mental restrictions that you had on yourself. Sorry about that noise. So this is like the energy, this is the strength and the boldness and the courage to start something new, whether it's career or in your personal life, maybe a project that you're starting or a side hustle. But you don't know how it's going to shape up. You don't know where it's going to go. You start with something small and just, hope that things will keep moving forward and the universe will keep aligning the things, putting things in place slowly but surely for you. And this is like, for Taurus energy, your fixed earth. Aries is cardinal fire. So these are the starters. Cardinal is a starter energy. It's like that, when you light a matchstick, that spark. And for you, Taurus, that will put you outside of your familiar zones. It will make you a little bit uncomfortable because you have to act fast, take faster decisions, even before things are certain. And for you, for the most part, your collective energy of Taurus is about plugging away, putting in the work day in, day out, on a set path, on a project, on a fixed project that you know what is going to happen, what you need to do, and things like that. But this energy is about being spontaneous, trusting the universe that things will work out. So there is faster movement than what a collective Taurus energy is used to in general. So you might be in the energy of starting new projects, even though you don't know how it will be received by the community or people. Maybe you don't have all the plans, maybe you don't have all the resources, but you're not over-analyzing. You're doing it because it's aligned with your heart and soul. You want to put the work into it. And you have faith, you're doing it with faith and optimism that the universe will provide. Just like a lot of companies out there that are breaking barriers, I would say Space Mission is one of them. Virgin Galactic is getting into it. All about space research, they're launching rockets. I think the new one is Delta Space Rocket that Virgin Galactic is trying to launch or wanted to launch. Even the space companies, if you haven't heard of SpaceX, they just, they recently did launch their first reusable rocket into space, and they failed so many times, but they just they kept working at it and they wanted to do something different. They wanted to innovate for good reasons, So there's a lot of people like that, a lot of starters, a lot of risk takers, starting companies, leaving their jobs that have actually created and left legacies behind. So you could be trying something different, shifting careers in a totally tangent direction. You could be collaborating with people that you never thought you would ever do, or you could be pursuing some passion projects. You could be trying photography on the side and learning up about it. You could be handcrafting something, or you could be into gardening or something like that, which brings you happiness. Taurus energy is all about port. You could be doing something which is porty, which is it could be also health, because Taurus energy is also about our own physical aspect, our own body. You could be starting wellness projects, land projects, investment projects. Finances is also second house energy. So you could be starting something new in that direction. This is exactly like, it reminds me of the 100-foot journey for those of you who know what I'm talking about, that family who opens a restaurant in a foreign country. They have a lot of challenges, their cultural challenges, a lot of competitive challenges. It's that kind of an energy. You could be into opening restaurants, because Taurus energy is food as well, ruled by Venus, passion projects, hairdos, bakeries, something that brings you happiness. Something that you can do day in and day out and still be happy about it, So initially there will be chaos because you're trying to put things into perspective, you're trying to learn. But then slowly but surely when things, when you learn up and you put things into perspective and you have a plan, that's when things start to get enjoyable. There are people who will, start new ventures after retirement. I have known people who have retired and joined theater groups or, so there is no age bar in terms of taking that leap of faith. Anybody can do it at any time as long as you have the courage, you have the willpower, you're determined to do it. And it is, if you like that little bit thrill in your life, but I feel that whatever you're working towards, Taurus, whatever first steps you will be taking in a direction that will be sustainable. it will be sustainable. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.